Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
Hi, Amber.
Hello.
Today's a big day.
It is
Are
a
you
big
ready?
day.
Are you ready for
Yes, I'm
this?
excited for it.
My name is Laci McCarty. I am your Las Vegas relocation expert, your Las Vegas bestie. Basically, anything you want to know about Vegas, that's me. This is my bestie, Amber Coleman.
Hi, guys.
One of the highest rated lenders in the nation, number 166 in the nation.
I love how you Lucy
Oh
give me
man,
that.
girl, I'm just gonna. She is amazing. So we are here today. We're super excited. We go live every Wednesday and Friday as long as we're not sick or traveling. So basically, as often as we can, to bring you guys free money programs and updates about the market when it comes to real estate. Answer your questions about moving to Vegas. I don't know, flirt with you if you seem cute. I mean, I do basically all the things. So super excited to have you guys here with us today. Today is a big, big day. We've been promoting it for a couple of, I don't know, since last week, because we're going to be bringing you what we believe could possibly be the holy grail of free money programs, the holy grail.
Exciting.
So Amber, I want you to tell the story about how we even came across this. Will you do that real quick before we jump in? Okay, let's go. Story time from Amber.
Story time.
Yes.
I love how interested you are.
I'm so interested. Wait, before you go, if you're watching us live, drop it like it's hot in the comment box below. Say hi to us. We'll definitely give you a shout out. If you have questions, drop it like it's hot. We're going to answer questions towards the end, but you better buckle up, tune in, pull up your coffee or your cocktail. Let's go. Okay, story time.
Okay. So grants are sometimes a little bit hard to fit in, right? Because there's income limits, there's credit limits, there's debt ratio, there's all kinds of different stuff on there, right? And so a person was denied by a local bank, like another bank in town.
So someone called you, like a buyer called and said,
somebody called me and said, they told me no, which thankfully don't give up. When somebody tells you no, just don't give up.
If another institution says you cannot be qualified, I bet you this girl can make something happen.
So they called and said, can you try to see if you could look at it? So thankfully the person didn't lose hope, continued on. And then we were checking through all the grant programs, and this new one that we just put here at Guild was opened up. And I was like, holy crap. I had to put it in just to make sure that it would go through, like underwriting and stuff like that. But basically what it is it allows you to go to higher debt ratios. So no other grant does the debt ratios like this, lower credit scores, and the income limits. In a lot of cases, like there's different ones that you could do. You don't really have income limits, to be honest.
That's been the thing that a lot of people call me when I say, hey, there's also free money programs that we could talk about. We're always going to look at everything for you to make sure that you're not missing out on opportunity. I've had so many clients say to me, I'm not going to qualify for that. I make too much money, or my credit's not good enough, or like there's always a like doom and gloom kind of vibe. The Holy Grail might deliver you.
This is the one you want to look at then. This is the one. So if you've given up hope, because a lot of times home as possible is the big one that we go through. If that one doesn't fit your guidelines, this one does, because that's what I took it from. Somebody who couldn't do home as possible was able to do this program.
Do you know how many times, sorry, I'm going to brag about you. Do you know how many times Amber has had the builder lenders call her and say, we can't make this loan happen for some reason. We're going to give it to you. Can you fix it? And she's the fixer. She's like the Olivia Pope of loans. Oh my God. Do you know who Olivia Pope is? Do you know that show Scandal? That show Scandal, where she was like the fixer for the president. She was also having an affair with the president. So we're not going that route, but she was a fixer. So like if he got himself in any trouble, she like had phone. She was like the behind the scenes making stuff happen. She's the Olivia Pope. Scandal fans, drop it like it's hot. Let me know that you know what I'm talking about. She's the Olivia Pope of loans. How come I never figured this out before?
But not with the scandal, though.
No, well, not scandalously, but it's pretty scandalous that they have to come to you to do the job for them. Many lenders have had to do this, and that's what brought this up for us. So it happened to align with this new product that Guild was launching. And when they called and said,
at the same time,
we can't get this approved, whatever. And Amber's like, she's like, hold my, you don't drink beer, hold my tea, right? Hold my lemonade, whatever it is. And she's rolling up her sleeves, and she jumped right in there and made it happen. So congratulations.
But I even had to put it in underwriting just to make sure, because I was like, wait, we're going up to like a high debt ratio.
So we talk about 5 to 6 times a day. Usually if we don't talk at all, we know something's wrong.
It's a bad day.
She called me last week and she goes, girl, like that's exactly girl. And I was like, what happened? What's going on? She's like, oh my God, I just think I found like the most amazing blah, 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 blah. I went down the list and I was like, well, we got to do it on live. So here we are. Thank you very much. Thank you for tuning in. Let's get into the details.
Let's do it.
Okay,
Let's do it. We got the guidelines for you. We're going to go through it.
I'm so excited. Okay, guys, hold on to your hats and don't clench your pearls. Here we go. So let's talk about what it says. Do you want to lower initial interest rate and no down payment requirement? That's a sexy headline. Thank you very much.
Yes, that's a good one right there.
Hello.
So this is the only grant that I know of that allows a temporary buy down too. So like, okay, so let's just say we talked about this last week,
Yeah,
but
I'm gonna
let's
put you
just
back on
say
screen.
like the rates today at 7, because that's the random rate that I
Right.
just like to use.
Right.
But remember,
Hold on, I'm going to put the ticker up. So
okay,
your actual rate and payment could be higher. We are just simply using this as a loan, get an official estimate from a loan officer. This is just for an example.
there
Okay,
you go.
See, got to
That
make
was
sure we
done
have the
so
disclaimer.
well,
I'm really good at
too.
that.
Okay.
I should have been one of those people who like spoke really quickly in the, at the end of like all the Ozempic commercials and stuff. Like,
Oh yeah, all of
you could
them.
have bowel problems. You could also die, but don't worry about it. Just say, like, I should freaking do that for a living. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry, Amber.
That was a good commercial for
I
Ozempic,
should definitely do it. You're definitely gonna have bowel issues for sure. Don't
Yeah.
ask me. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, so most of the let's bring up the guidelines again real fast.
Okay, here we go.
So most of the so this is the only grant that I know of that allows a temporary buy down. So let's say today's rate is 7. Again, we already did disclaimer. You heard the disclaimer right there, right? So the rate's 7. So the seller, if the seller wants to give you more seller contribution, you can get it down to 5 the first year, 6% the second year, and then 7 every year after that.
Or you could
So-
refinance it whenever it happens to be lower, right?
Yeah. So that is
That's amazing.
Yeah. So with that, if you can get extra seller contributions to help with that, you can do a temporary buy down. It's the only grant down there or out there that allows a temporary buy down.
The only grant that allows a temporary buy down. So this is like,
Mhm.
I want to call this like the hamburger grant. I know I called it the Holy Grail, but it's like a hamburger, right? You're stacking awesomeness
Oh,
to
yeah,
make
we
it the
got, like-
juiciest possible bite. I'm a big
Yeah.
analogy person if you can't
Yeah,
tell.
you are.
But with that said, so it's a 0 down program, right?
So yeah, this is a 0 down. So basically what it is you're going to take a first loan that is an FHA loan. And then the second loan is going to be the grant. So the 3.5, you can go from 3.5 to 5%. It differs on rates.
Okay.
So the second loan is going to be the grant. That's going to have a rate on it to where there's a payment at first, but then it's forgivable after 3 years.
So if I don't sell my home for 3 years,
Mhm.
I don't have to pay that money back.
No, you don't
Period.
have to pay
It's free
sell
money.
it or refi.
Sell
Like
it or refi.
if you refi in the 3 years, you have to pay back too. But yeah, if
Wow.
you don't sell it.
But because it offers that buy down year 1, year 2, year 3, you're covered for that 3 years.
Yeah, that's a good
my
point.
God.
That's a good
Okay.
point.
So really they're basically giving you a stair stepping you to whatever that third year rate is,
Yeah.
7%, 5%, whatever that looks
Yeah.
like, right? And then at that point, it's your decision as to, well, is the going rate right now better than what I have on my house? No, then I'm just going to keep my 7. If it is, then you're allowed to refi and that money is free.
Yeah.
And if the loan or the grant, pardon me, is up to, you said it's a percentage of whatever the loan is.
You can get 3.5% to cover the down payment.
Wow.
Or you could take a little bit more than that, up to 5%
Oh my God.
to be able to help with closing costs too.
Wow.
So just remember, if you do the temporary buy down, the seller has to be willing to contribute
Mhm.
towards the temporary buy down.
So
'cause the
that's not
seller has to pay
automatically
it.
included. So
No,
that comes.
Yeah.
So when you're negotiating, I'm going to go back to us so they can see us here. So when we're negotiating your purchase, keep in mind, guys, that the market's always shifting. It's always changing.
Mhm.
So right now in the range of under 400,000, there's not a whole lot of seller contribution happening, but it does happen from time to time, right? So we're going to look at every individual instance. So if you find a house, we love it, we want to make an offer, I call the agent, they say, we don't have any other offers at this time. That's an opportunity for us to ask for them to buy
Mhm.
your rate down or to give you a contribution or
Mhm.
pay your closing costs, right? If they do have offers, I'm going to look at you and say, okay, this house is not going to be one that we're going to be able to negotiate that for. So that won't be a component that's included in the grant.
Mhm.
However, you can still take advantage of the rest of the grant.
Yes. Yep. Yeah. Yep.
Can I
Yep,
take
yep,
advantage of
yep,
this grant?
yep.
When do I start? Where do I sign up? Okay, wait, we have more. We have more to talk
Let's
about.
go through it. Let's go
One of
through
my
it.
favorite things was the credit score. Can we talk about that?
Oh yes,
Mm.
that's the beauty of it. Okay, because this is what kicks most people out of grants is that there's some grants that require 620. They're not usually pretty grants, and then there's others. Most of them require a 640.
Mhm.
But then there's always debt to income ratio requirements. So you can hardly fit anything into
So
it.
it makes it narrow. And listen, we don't want to make you lose hope on if this isn't your program. You can fit into other programs, but they are narrow, right? There's a narrow line.
Well, the other grants are. This is less
this one.
narrow,
This
though.
one is like.
Yeah.
This is like the Grand Canal over here.
Yeah.
We're like opening it up. Floodgates.
We're opening it.
We
here.
broke
We're
the
opening
levee.
it.
Let's do it.
So the credit score can go as low as 600.
Wow.
And the debt to income ratio, which this is what kicks most people out from qualifying for grants. The debt to income ratio can go as high as the automated system will allow. So most of the time when you're down to a 600 or a 620 FICO score, most of the grants will say can't go over 45% debt to income ratio. This one's saying as long as the automated system, which the automated system will go through a lot of times, unless you've had a lot of lates in the last 12 months and stuff like that, a lot of times it'll go through like over 55%.
Wow.
Like sometimes you can go up to 57% to get it to go through. So like that's why this one just opens it wide to allow a lot more free money.
Wow.
Because again, I'm talking to people all the time about getting the grants, and because there's so many different guidelines, there's a lot of people that get the grants, but there's a lot of times where it's like, oh, you don't fit into that one because of this, or you don't fit in that one because this is like the go-to though, because this allows you to fit into so much more.
Wow. So it's obviously for primary residents only, right? So a lot of people are like, oh, I'm going to take that grant and I want to buy an investment property. Not going to work for that, right? You have to live in the home. If you're relocating to Vegas, I don't think it says anything here about that you cannot have owned another home. Is there anything on your other notes that says that?
So you could have owned another house.
So you don't have to be a first-time home buyer, which is great. Okay.
Yeah.
What else, Amber? So what are some of the things that are not great about this? Is there anything that you can say that's not great? I mean, it feels like it's literally checking every box. What should we be aware of?
It's beautiful.
It's amazing.
So when you're looking at grant programs, the closing costs are always a little bit higher than regular loans. So you're typically looking at around 3%.
3% of the purchase price, right? Okay. So if you're in the process of negotiating for the deal, right, and we're in there going, okay, before we write the offer for the house, I'm going to call Amber and say, okay, Amber, it looks like we want to ask for something from the seller to see if they're willing to say yes. If they're willing to say yes, how much do I ask for? Amber's going to give me the number. So I'm not, because I don't do math. Let's just be real. We don't do math.
Come on.
I don't do math. But Amber's going to give me the numbers that we need to make sure that you're going to be covered for whatever. So if we need to ask for money to cover those closing costs, great. If we don't need to ask for money to cover those closing costs, we can use whatever money we ask for to help buy down that rate, right?
Yeah. Well, you can use it to the temporary buy down, or you can use it for closing costs. Or we can do for both. Really generous seller, you could do it for both, because the max contribution on this is 6%.
Oh my God.
That the seller can give if they're willing.
Yeah. Well, listen, I'm just going to be very real with you. There's not a lot of sellers that are going to be willing to do that. However, we will always ask. We will always ask.
Well, yeah. And
positive poly over here.
What if you want to go to Pahrump or something like that,
Pahrump will probably do it for you. I love it. So this is super exciting for you. I'm going to throw the information back up on the screen. We're just going to roll through it. So no minimum borrower contribution required, which basically means zero down, right?
Yeah, zero down. Yeah, like literally, like if you get the seller to pay your closing costs and you get the grant to cover your down payment, then
you have no money out of pocket.
You're coming in with earnest money, and then you're getting that refunded back to you.
Oh my God. Okay, so that's exciting.
Yeah, that's exciting.
If we can get the seller to contribute to the buy down, we will absolutely ask for whatever that looks like. You'll get that temporarily reduced rate for the first 2 years. So you'll know what your rate's going to be. There's no surprises, no nothing. And after that third year, you can either refi or do whatever. Or sell the house or do whatever you want. Predictable payment increases based on the structure of the buy down, which we'll know in advance. You're going to know everything in advance. This isn't some, like, how they used to have those, the 3-1 arms to one, all those ARM programs back in the day when all of a sudden you're like, I don't know what my payment's going to be at the end of this. You're going to know. You'll always know.
Yeah.
So credit score as low as 600. Reminder, if you think you know what your credit, it's huge, first of all, because if you think you know what your credit score is, you don't. I promise you, you don't. And especially, well, you do probably, but you don't know what it means when it comes to buying.
On my side.
So they use a completely different system to look at it. They take a lot of different things into account. So don't assume that your credit is where you think it is. Call and speak to us. Let us know what you want to do. And she'll do a soft pull. Won't even ding your credit, or she'll take a look at it. She'll give you an idea, right? Fixed rate loan, either a 1 or 2 buy down paid by the seller. We can always try to negotiate that. But even if we don't get that, guys, you're still getting the grant to cover your down payment. Hello. So I'm sorry, but this is nuts. This is freaking nuts. And it has to be primary residence. I'm over the moon right now. In fact, I've got to go get my taxes done so I can buy a house. That's what I'm trying to figure this out.
There you go. Let's get
Amber's like, have you done your taxes yet? I'm like, no, I asked for an extension. She's like, well, we came out with this Holy Grail.
Do it now, right?
The Holy Grail just came out. So you might want to, figure out how to become part of the Da Vinci Code and run with it. So super exciting. Thank you for sharing this. We were so excited to share this with you guys. Drop it like it's hot in the comment boxes. I want to make sure we're answering any questions that pop up specifically about this, but of course about anything else. We are really excited to be doing this for you. And also I would love it while we're live. We got quite a few people on live. Hi guys. Thanks for joining us. Let us know what you want us to do our next couple of live streams about. We always are trying to come up with new programs.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, we want to bring in some experts. We brought in we're going to bring him in again, our appraiser, the guy who does the home appraisals.
He loves talking online.
Oh my God, and he's adorable. I love him so much. And we were a little bit rushed last time, so I want to bring him back on and let him just talk. We're going to do that.
And he'll talk for hours.
Oh God, I love him. And he's just so dreamy. I just listen to him. What a handsome man.
He's smart too.
He's a handsome, smart man. I just love him.
If you really want to know what the market is, ask an appraiser.
I'm telling telling you. So we're going to listen to him. So he's going to give us kind of the lay of the land. Because I don't know if you guys know this, but the appraisers are kind of the gatekeepers to what happens when the prices go up or down, right? Everybody thinks a crash is coming and interest rates are still high and they're not coming down because of inflation. And that's probably right? Earlier this year and last year, we started saying we think that interest rates will come down.
They teased us with those lower rates, saying they're going to lower them, the teasers.
Yeah, they fogged our crystal ball. So we, at this point, a couple months ago, we thought interest rates were going to drop later this year. We don't believe that that's going to really happen anymore. We don't know, but it's not likely like it normally is. Weird for an election year, right? Isn't that strange?
It's very weird. Strange. But then again, I mean, I've only been doing this 22 years. In those years, we've never had inflation like this.
Yeah. So all that being said, having an appraiser come in and give us the kind of lay of the land is going to help you understand, because we still have the high demand in Vegas. We still have low inventory and high demand. And, we want to make sure you guys know.
So many jobs opening in Vegas.
Oh my gosh.
So people moving in from everywhere.
Yeah. So if you're thinking about buying, there's a lot of really great opportunity with new homes, quick move-ins. There's a lot of good stuff hitting the market for resale right now. We're still low inventory, but the stuff that's hitting the market is good. It's good listings. Yeah.
So you're seeing good stuff out there?
Yes, absolutely. In every price bracket. So you just got to start the conversation. That's kind of what it's going to take. You got to do your job too. Sorry. So there's a phone number on the bottom of the screen. Feel free to text that number. We will get back to you and set up a phone call. I get to be the first point of contact. Sorry. Got to go through me. I'm the gatekeeper for you.
Sorry. Everybody's all excited to talk to Miss Laci.
That's right. Because it's fun. But if you do reach out, we definitely are just very interested. We don't care if you're moving now, 10 years from now, or if you just maybe don't know if Vegas is going to be for you. Let's start the conversation. It's super fun. I love meeting new people. And I don't know, I love dreaming a little dream. Something about that.
And helping you dream a little dream too.
I love that. All right. Let's say hi to some of our followers here today. Oscar, hello from my office, having lunch outside.
Hello, Oscar.
Hello, Oscar. We love you. Oscar showed up to one of my events a couple of weeks ago, and it was very nice to see him in person.
Nice.
And what's cool is, he lives it's just fun. He's always a big supporter. It's cool. It's nice outside today, isn't it, Oscar? I love it. Nola Gang says, hey there. Cecilia says, hello from the Show Me State. Cecilia, I used to live in the Show Me State. Did you know that?
Kansas?
Kansas City, Missouri.
Oh, Missouri. Okay.
I say
Show
Kansas
Me
City
State.
and people say Kansas. And I go, well, I was born in Kansas. So I guess I kind of claim both. Anyway, Kansas City, Missouri is the Show Me. Well, Missouri is the Show Me State, but I'm from Kansas City, Missouri. Anyway, but not since I was 9. And that's why I claim Vegas more than anything.
Yeah, Vegas is your home. You've been here for
I love that.
Time.
Yes.
We won't do the math.
Right. Nola Gang, let you know, I filled out that form yesterday. Awesome. We'll be in touch with you. I've got my assistant following up on all of those today. Hunty Badger says, so happy I found you gals. We booked it to be there tomorrow at 11 until Sunday. We'll be going through your self-guided tour. Oh my God, I'm so excited.
Oh, nice.
Yay. If you take my number down, it's on the screen there. Text me while you're here. I'll give you some guidance on where to go for dinner and all the fun stuff. Super excited that you're coming here. Oh, Tracy says hello to the dynamic duo of Las Vegas real estate.
Ah, thanks, Tracy.
Oh my God, should I get us t-shirts made? I just think I figured out.
That is a good name. I like it.
Thank you for that. I think I just figured out what our Christmas gift for you is going to be. We were talking about when I was saying you're the Olivia Pope, and I said no affair involved. The Hunty Badger said, is she having an affair with Rave Daddy Nicolas Cage?
That would be okay.
That's going to be an inside joke for the rest of us. Do it. Rave Daddy Nicolas Cage. Thank you for the reminder. If you didn't watch our last 2 live streams,
I'm just mad you didn't actually get a picture of it.
I know. I just felt strange. I did. I felt strange. He was already getting crowded by other people. I was trying to lock eyes with him and be like, hey, Nicolas Cage. But that's all good. I have friends in high places. I'll find a way to meet him.
You'll find him.
I'm gonna bring him to EDC with me this year. Do you want to go to EDC with me this year?
Are you going to EDC?
I go to EDC every year. What are you talking about? I go to EDC every year. Do you want to go to EDC with me this year? Look at how nervous she got.
I'm pretty nervous about EDC.
She goes,
you're trying to ask me live too, right?
I only ask you things live that I can't ask that I know you'll say no to. I'm going to put a petition out. Amber, Rave Mama EDC Amber, Rave Mama EDC Amber right there. Anyway, thank you for that. Let's see. Nola Gang says, I need information for that. Awesome. Yeah, we're going to definitely chat about
Let's
it.
Give it.
We're going to have our phone call once we set it up, and then we'll get you over to Amber so you guys can discuss the details of this. My question for you, Amber, is on these these grant programs through Guild, do they treat them like they do like the government grant programs? Do they have like a set amount of money that they're putting towards it, or are these kind of run until they don't?
Well, so this one, I don't see anything. That's a great question,
though,
but I don't see. So what this one is there's certain Indian reservations that give grant programs.
Oh, cool.
So you sign up for those. There's multiple different ones that do it. So this isn't like government money. It's
Right.
more like reservation money
Okay,
that
cool.
you're using.
Okay.
But I haven't seen anything on it that says this is over in so long, or
Okay.
you have this much on it or something like that.
We do want you to act swiftly, because you just never know. But as of
Mhm.
right now, we're not aware of any like hard stop for this program, which is really
Yeah,
exciting.
like the one we talked about last week definitely
Yeah.
has a hard stop.
Hard
to it at
stop.
some
They're
point
going to
when
run out of
when they
money.
run out.
They're going to
Yeah.
run out of money. If you haven't watched our free money program from last week, please go back on the live stream, go to my channel, click on live, and it'll show you all the ones that we've done. First of all, you'll learn about Rave Daddy Nicolas Cage, but then also, I can't believe I came up with that. Anyway, also you'll learn about some other free money programs and 0 down or 1% down programs. This one's I think seriously the holy grail.
It really is, because like I'm saving people that can't do other grant.
It's like the
programs on
sandwich
this.
of all sandwiches. It's
Yeah.
like no
It would
money
be
down.
like, if you can't do this, then you can do this.
It's
You
like,
know,
it's
it
this
kind of
and that.
fits.
Yeah. Oh my God. I'm so happy. Nita Applebum. Hey, she's back. Hey ladies, I hope to get some information to help me for my son's property. Absolutely.
Let's do it.
This
Nita.
one says, looking forward to see the live if I qualify for some much needed free money. Girl, we always need free money. Free money. Let's take it. Like, I've had a couple of clients tell me they feel like ashamed to even ask for free money and apply for free money. And I'm like,
Don't feel ashamed.
free money is not, it's not like a hand me out because you're not a good person or not, or because you're,
no,
but it's literally meant to stimulate the economy and help people buy homes. So don't ever feel bad about it.
Don't feel ashamed at all.
I'll take free money.
What you can get.
Give me that money.
I mean, if you look at it, it's hard to get into your first house, because it's in this economy, like where inflation's so high and stuff like that. Let's face it, it's hard to save.
Absolutely.
So this helps you there, and then you don't have to rent forever.
Hi, Robert. Robert's tuning in, says, does this program work for 1099 income people? Can we do this on a gig worker?
Look at my computer's going on.
What's happening? People are trying to call us. That's okay. People are trying to call us because they're hearing about this money program.
Yeah, 1099. You can do that. You can do the 1099 program.
It's okay.
I was gonna say we have to
just let it go. That's fine.
You could do a 1099 program. It's just, when you make a 1099, we just have to make sure that like what you're filing on your taxes, we're looking at the bottom line. So you get a 1099 for a certain amount, and then you have all of your deductions after that, and we're looking at the income after the deductions. Got it.
Which I've got to maybe change on my filing process.
But we can look
I write off a lot.
Like when you go to file, if you want me to just look at it really fast and say, okay, like, maybe if you could take less deductions here or whatever, like if you want me to look at it, then let's look at it. Awesome.
Good. So good. So honestly, yes. So no matter what kind of income you have, if you're a gig worker, if you're someone who is on a W-2, this applies to everyone.
Yeah,
so great question, Robert. Yeah. Nita, I think you might be wrong. The DTI will probably hurt me. Debt free with the exception of student loans. That's great then.
So yeah, so the DTI is going to include your new house payment plus your
student loan payments,
like your student loan payments, and if you have no other debts, and then divided by your income. You can go to higher debt ratios on this program.
That's what we were saying.
FHA's system accepts you. So
yeah.
Let's just look at it.
Yeah. Honestly, Amber was saying that like it actually, it's much more flexible. So actually it's the reverse of what you're saying. It's actually probably going to work with you. This one's Nola Gang says, I would like to buy a home, but I don't think I can since my credit ain't great. I would need to rent.
Let's give you a game plan then. Let's
talk, period.
Yeah.
Even if you need to rent, let's talk, because Amber does game plans and helps people fix their credit all the time.
Because just look at it. Life happens sometimes, right? And it's happened to all of us at one point, whether you want to judge or not. We're not going to judge over here. Okay. So when life happens, let's just figure out how to get you to the next level. So if it takes you a month to do it, 6 months or a year, I can just give you a plan. That way you're at least working towards something to kind of pull out of whatever happened on the credit.
And I'll be honest with you guys, I had some stuff that landed on my credit that I wasn't really even aware of or expecting. That, long story short, divorces suck. But anyway, I had some stuff hit my credit, and Amber really helped me with like 1 or 2 things I was able to do, and it got rid of it. It fixed it. I was able to really take a look at it in a new way. I got super down about it, and I was like, wait a minute, I've been working so hard for my credit to be this, and this. And once we looked at it and we saw what it was, she has like tips and tricks that'll help you do it. You don't really know what's needed to fix your credit until you talk to someone like her.
And sometimes it's not as bad as you think.
It's really not.
Sometimes we beat ourselves up as people thinking that, oh crap, I screwed up and I don't even want to face it or whatever. Yeah. Sometimes it's not as bad as you think.
Yeah, she's run my credit and I'm like, it's what? I thought
it was, girl, it's not even that bad. Come on.
Like, So I'll be honest with you. So there's no judgment here. We want to see what you got going on. Even if it is under that 600 range, you could still qualify to buy a home. There's FHA loans that go down to 540, right? 545.
Yeah, you just have to have 10% down to go down to 540.
But I mean, we've got a plan for you is what I'm going to say. So even if you're thinking about renting, I want to hear from you. Text me on that number or click the link in the description. And it's in every video. It's also a pinned comment in every video except for our live stream. So let's talk. I would love to talk to you. Okay, let's see here. Oscar Love. So there might be hope.
Yeah, Oscar.
Yes, Oscar. This program, I think, could be a very good one for you because I know we've talked for a long time about you buying a home. Please reach out to Amber. In fact, I don't normally do this because I like to talk to you guys first. But if you've already spoken to me, or even if you just want to talk to Amber and you want to skip me, this is Amber's phone number. I'm sorry, I'm blasting you right now. I'm putting you out.
Blast me out there.
I'm doxing her on the internet.
Let's get you guys some money.
If you skip me, if you just want some details about this, please talk to Amber. But if it is something that you're ready to talk to when it comes to timeline, or you just want to get my opinion on what you should do, rent or buy or whatever, I still want to talk to you. Okay. But this girl right here is open to putting her personal cell phone, by the way, out on the internet. And
well, I mean, I use it for business, so
it's still in your pocket, homegirl. It's still in your pocket. Okay, that's enough of that. Okay, let's see what else we've got here. Hey, Valentine, good to see you. Oh my gosh, so excited for you. He says, Laci, I want you to help me buy my next house. I want to help you buy your next house too. Valentine, could you possibly buy your next house now with this amazing grant program? Could we get an investment property going for you? Could we turn the one that you just bought with us, like last year or the year before? I think it was last year. Last year into your rental property, and you get something better? I think so. I think you should reach out to us.
That's the direction you want to go. So
come on, dude.
Let's make the dreams a
reality.
Let's
talk about it. You're such a doll. I love you. You're so sweet. Comes to our events and stuff. Anita says, I've been hearing a lot about how mortgage rates drop and property taxes, et cetera, will go up quite a bit over the years. So mortgage rate. So our taxes, property taxes are really very low here in Las Vegas.
Compared to anybody.
Compared to anywhere else. We're about on average 1%. It could be below or above that, but on average around 1% for property taxes, which is sexy as hell if you ask me. I'm sorry, but I've seen people paying 13%, 8%. It's crazy.
Some states get ridiculous with the tax.
No,
most of them on resale are like way less than 1.
Yeah, and then as far as like mortgage rates, those change by the hour. They're literally up and down by the hour.
It's crazy out there with mortgage rates. They're moving, and nobody can really, like, we've seen this the last couple of years. People were trying to predict what the rates were going to do when they're going to do this. Nobody can predict it. All they're going to give you is their estimates on whatever they think. And really the feds are in charge of that.
Absolutely.
So, but if the rents continue to go up, like to sit in a rental while you're waiting for rates to go down, I say it's better just to get into the house and then refinance when rates go down, because then you're not waiting until the prices get so high.
Feel the pain of a little bit of a higher rate right now, a little bit, so that you can then refi when they come down, because you're at least putting money towards your own investment. You're not paying somebody else's mortgage. So super, super excited to help you whenever you're ready. We're really stoked. Okay, let's see here. Lionel says, I am here in Vegas and I'm on the lookout for some juicy deals. Lionel.
Oh, let's talk.
Have we spoken, Lionel? I feel like we've spoken. I've spoken to somebody with your name. I feel like, will you text me on the phone number that's scrolling on the bottom of the screen? I would love to chat with you, make sure that you're set up. If you're looking at houses though, this is a perfect opportunity for me to remind all of you. If you come and visit, I have braces in now, and it's really hard. I'm like licking my lips like a crazy person.
I didn't notice it till we got on, and now I'm like all
thanks for staring.
Attention.
I'm doing.
Did you see me staring?
Yes, I'm doing Invisalign. Back to Lionel.
I keep like trying to look at your eyes. I know. And then I go back down.
Anyway, Lionel.
It looks really good though.
Thanks. If you're in town, anybody, if you're traveling to Vegas and you want to look at houses, please do not go without me or my team. Please, if you look at new homes, please do not go without us. We cannot represent you if you go without us on the first visit. We just can't. We are very locked into a lot of the builders here in Las Vegas, almost all of them. We have direct lines to find out what deals they're doing, what buy downs they're doing, what quick move-ins they're having. We also are very in tune with what's going on in the market when it comes to resale. If you're ready to buy and you're pre-qualified, we will show you resale homes. We're not going to show you resale homes if you're not pre-qualified. It wastes everybody's time, and it also gets the hopes up of the seller, and that's just not okay to do. You can go to open houses, all that. That's great. But just know that open houses are basically an advertising tool for the agent who's sitting in the home to try to get a buyer like you. So if you go in, you better go in vigilantly saying, I'm working with Laci, don't talk to me. But please, whatever you do, if you're in town visiting, if you're popping in, we just want to look around, please do not go into new home communities without letting me know first, so I can just register you, so I can let them know that we're lined up and together, so that if you need more information, they're going to come to me and give the better information, the more detailed information, the stuff that I can negotiate for you. All right, I'll get off my soapbox. Lionel.
That was a good soapbox.
call me. What else do we have? So quick update, because we have a few more minutes. We've got an update for you. I wanted to talk a little bit about the market. I'm going to log in real quick just to see what, Amber, is going on.
Oh, yes.
What's the
I love
inventory?
it when you log into the market.
She loves looking at the MLS.
This is my
It's her
favorite part.
ever.
I'm like, what's on the inventory?
See her eyes?
right now?
You literally are just like,
I know. I was like all locked in, ready to
So
go.
I'm just going to do a quick search, and this is just a quick number for you guys to show you how many residential homes are on the market right now.
So are we just looking at condos
We're just looking
too,
at,
or just
this is townhomes, condos, and single family homes. There's 5,471 listings
that's down
as
a little
of
bit,
now.
huh?
It's down a little bit.
It's like 5,900.
It was at 6,100, I think, a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
But what I love about that is that it's actually still up though from a couple months ago, right? So we're seeing, so what's happening is, and why I want to explain this to you guys is, everywhere, all over the nation, people have different worse weather than us, right? For the most part, other than like California and Florida, right? For the most part, it's cold in the winter, and it's not a great time to sell your house. So the mentality of when's the best time to list your home, which makes sense in other states, is spring. What happens with that though is people move here from other states, and they keep that mentality, right? They also are now shopping here in those timeframes instead of during the better timeframes of the year to shop for a house, which is like December, right? So what I mean by that is that we've got a lot of people who have been sitting and kind of waiting to see when they should list their home. And so spring's here, right? We're in spring, we're enjoying it. Weather's beautiful. School's about to get out. People are now starting to think about, I want to get moved before the end of the year. So we've seen quite a few houses hit the market. The ones under 400,000 are going quickly. We're seeing a few of them that are having multiple offers. They're moving fast, which is great. If you're under the 400,000 mark or under 450, no problem, but we just need to be vigilant. But just keep in mind though, that there's a lot more to choose from. So before, I was telling you, there's almost no resale homes. It was like garbage, absolute garbage out there for a while.
Now.
It's a lot better. It's not perfect, but it's better. And the homes that are hitting the market are in better shape than I've seen in quite some time, right?
Okay.
So I just feel like people are kind of getting to a place that they want to get top dollar. They're not going to just automatically get top dollar for the house because they throw it on the market, because the new homes are the competition for resale, right? Quick move-in new homes are almost the exact same pricing, if you will, as the resale. So it's a decision-making thing that you have to go through. And so I think sellers are getting a little bit smarter. Agents are hopefully educating their sellers to make sure that they're listing at the right time and the right price. So I don't know that we're going to keep this upswing. I think as soon as school gets out in the next couple of months, we're going to see the inventory dwindle down again, because that's when a lot of people will come off the fence and start wanting to shop. So while you have the opportunity to take advantage of this amazing grant program, this holy grail, this juicy bite, and while there may be opportunity to ask for closing costs and some of that stuff to go towards your buy down, let's do it. Get off the fence now and get on the track to buying a home sooner rather than later. If you're not buying until next year, no problem. This program may still be around. We don't know. But I just want to make sure you guys understand, like, this is an amoeba, right? It's a constantly shifting. Is that the right even word to use? Amoeba, right? The thing that shifts and changes. Is that no?
Oh, like the really cool thing.
I don't do science and I don't do math. So help me here.
I don't know what the word is.
The nucleus. Anyway,
really good.
It sounded great. It's an ever-changing thing, right? I love that I'm always really straight up with you guys about stuff I'm dumb about. Okay. Geography, math, and science. Anything else? I got it.
Those are really good things though. Like, I mean, if you
I don't need any of those to buy a house.
Everything else in the package, and you're just missing those, you're doing pretty good, Laci.
I got some more stuff in my package.
Good.
I got a few things.
I
got buffed up on areas that other people could never touch. Watch me dance. That's all I have to say. You ever see me break it down on a dance floor, you'll know where my talents really lie, right? Anyway, all that being said, we really want to make sure that you just understand that the market is an ever-changing thing every single day. We are always going to be very loud and proud about what we know from our experience. 22 years.
You're aging me right now.
You said it before.
22 years.
22 years in this business. I'm going on 8 years in this business. Can you believe we've known each other 8 years?
Time is flown.
I know, this is nuts. Yeah. And I look not a day older.
You don't look a day. You actually look younger.
Okay, stop. With my braces. All that being said, guys, we're always going to give it to you straight. So that's why it's super important to tune in every week. Don't think that what we say now applies 3 months from now, because it won't. It just won't.
It changes all the time.
And we're not afraid to be, opinionated. We're not afraid to just tell you like it is. If we say this is a juicy, crunchy time to buy, it's a juicy, crunchy time to buy.
I don't think we've ever been wrong on that.
We've never been wrong.
If I just tout ourselves a little bit, I don't think we've ever been wrong on that.
I'm actually working on a project that I haven't told you about, where I'm trying to go back and clip all the times that we've called, like what was going to happen, and then and then showcase, like, oh, here's what happened. Here's like to prove in the pudding. It's a long project to go through.
Yeah, that is.
We're gonna, by the end of this year, I'm hoping that I'll put it out and say, this is why you need to be listening to us. But if you've been watching for long enough, you know what I'm saying. And the reality is that we have no problem rubbing our crystal ball and telling you what we know, because we've got a really good track record of saying what we know to be true. We do our best to dig in. We do our best to also silence the noise of the negativity. We are bringing hope of home ownership to you every single day.
We're not.
We won't. I operate with earmuffs and blinders on a lot of times.
Yeah,
I actually don't.
You have to.
I often don't know what's going on in the world, and I'm embarrassed by that a little bit. But with that being said, it helps
but
us.
can you change it though? So what's the point of
it? Helps us to stay focused for you. We keep our eye on the ball, and we do not get derailed or distracted by the rest. The other thing I want to just bring up too is I did a live stream by myself a couple of weeks ago.
I'm so proud of you though.
Thank you.
Not that you can't do it.
Well, it's just not fun without her. And I talked openly about the new National Association of Realtors changes that are going to be coming down the pipe for all of us who do this for a living. So there's a lot of stuff happening. There was a settlement. I'm sure you've seen the news. I'm sure you've seen all the people on TikTok and everywhere else telling how it's horrible for realtors. It's all bullshit. And I'm just going to say it out loud. What the reality though is there are changes. That's not bullshit. There are going to be some changes. And as a buyer right now until July, you'll have the opportunity to have the cost of working with a realtor covered by the seller as of right now. As of July, the opportunity will still be there, but it will all be dependent on what's happening in the market. So
I just wonder how that's going to look like. How are people going to sell their houses?
Here's the reality. If the market is hotty patati and everybody is out there outbidding each other, that's going to be it's going to be no different than when I tell you we can try to ask for closing costs, but if there's multiple offers, that it makes it a lot easier for the seller to say no to contributing anything, right? And so to be very honest with you guys, I just want to put it out there. There's no rush. There's no nudge. Before July would be a really good time to purchase a home.
It's cheaper.
Before July, it's going to cost you less money to purchase a home. I'm just going to lay it out there. After July, it could cost the same as now. I don't know, but it's all going to be dependent on what's going on with the market. If the house is already selling itself and they don't need to give anything special because there's 900 people standing in line to buy it, you're out of luck. You're going to have to pay upfront for what our services are. Now, the other thing too is there's a lot of people saying realtors make too much money, da 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 da. Great. You can have your opinion on that. You're going to get what you pay for. That's all I'm going to say. And so I touched a lot of this in that presentation that I did. I'd love for you to go back and just get educated. It's a lot of information and it's very dense, and I'm not good at dense information. I'm dense enough on it on my own. Anyway, but if you have more questions about that, when you reach out to me, I'd love to walk through that with you and explain it. But I'm going to just say it again. If you're on the fence for buying this year, before July is going to be a lot better of a deal for you. And that's all I'm saying. So on that note, I'm super excited about the fact that we had the Holy Grail.
Get you some free money.
I'm going to put this bad boy up here one more time, guys. It's a 0 down payment program. No minimum borrower contribution required. 0 down. There's a possibility if we can get the seller to help to buy down that rate for a couple years, which would be super cool. You can have as low as 600 credit score. It's an amazing program that allows you to expand and contract when it comes to the debt to income ratio requirements. It is, I believe, at least at this point, the Holy Grail of free money programs.
Yes.
First-time home buyers, or not first-time home buyers, don't have to be. You can own a home.
Hamburger.
This is
you did mention a hamburger since it's lunchtime.
I'm hungry. Can you tell I haven't eaten yet? So if you have questions about it, my phone number is on the bottom of the screen. Text me. I would love to chat with you. When you text me, just so you know, I'm not gonna have a full-blown conversation with you via text. My thumbs are small and quite busy. I'm gonna ask my assistant to reach out. She's gonna schedule a call with you, and we're gonna talk. Me and you, mano y mano, mano.
Who wouldn't want to talk to this beautiful girl? Like, come on. We get to talk with her on the phone, and then meet her sometimes too,
someday.
Right?
Anyway, and if you're single, you just let me know. I'm just kidding. I cannot date you if you're my client. Anyway, going on from that, would love to chat with you guys. Have a happy hump day. Happy hump day.
Oh, it is hump day.
Hump day.
Yeah.
Do you remember that commercial? Hump day.
That was a good one.
I love that
Geico
commercial. So how did you? I didn't even know it was Geico. Nice memory.
Yeah, because they always put the funny ones out.
You're right. We are the dynamic duo, apparently, of real estate.
T-shirt.
We're going to get t-shirts. We're getting it all. We're getting business cards, t-shirts. Frankly, we're going to do a dynamic duo house tours if you want, for crying out loud. I'm going to make you come and tell that.
That's awesome.
Super grateful that you tune in as always. If you're not already subscribed, please do so. Make sure you click that little bell so that you can be notified when we go live. Wednesdays and Fridays, 12 usually. We did it a little later today, but usually it's at noon Pacific. And we'll see you Friday. We don't know what we're going to talk about yet, but I would love for you to drop it like it's hot. Give me a couple of guidance points.
Let us know what you're looking for.
Let us know what you're looking for. Text me. We'll go from there. See you guys soon.
Bye,
Thank you so
guys.
much. I'll talk to you soon. Oh my God. Can you believe it?